Hi everyone, welcome to Get Her Done Garage. Today we're working on my 1986 Corvette, and what we're going to do is delete this air pump. I've heard it can save you hundreds, thousands of horsepower by deleting this. So we're going to be taking it out, and hopefully I'll be able to run 7 seconds in the quarter mile. So we're going to see what happens. I bought this kit from online company. There's several out there. I'm not going to advertise which one's the best or anything. I don't know. I'm going to try this out and see what happens. But so the first thing I did was took off this bracket, and then the belt's still tight, so I unloosened these here already, so I can take off this pulley to get to the other bolts. And yeah, I'm just going to continue to take it down, and I'll walk you through it. Pulley off. You're probably actually really wondering why am I taking this air pump off? Well, it's because it was kind of making noise. You can hear, seems like the bearings are going out a little bit. It wasn't terrible, but I didn't want to get stranded on the side of the road with bearings going out on this thing, so decided just to take it off. Let's move on to the next. Looks like I need to take this hose off next. Took this hose off, took off this little bracket that wasn't even attached to the pump anymore. The bolt had been lost. And hopefully this is the last bolt to get this thing out of here. And there we have it. Pump is out. You can hear it's making a little noise. Nothing terrible. I went ahead and took off this bracket here. Just 2 bolts and then a nut that comes off this water pump right there. Maybe I'll bring you guys in here. So this bracket came off. Set it aside, and then I'm going to try to figure out how this all goes together. This leads to where that hose went, and I just went ahead and capped it off. I might take this off later. It just depends on what I'm going to do, but I did want to cap it off for unknown reasons. I don't know why. So here we are looking at what's left after everything's been removed. So we're going to see how this thing bolts up and go from there. There's some pictures on the website. There was no instructions, of course. So I'm going to see if I can make this thing work. Got this part in, and this was a bear because when you took off all the bolts for this bracket, it would slip down and wouldn't allow this bolt to align into the head. So I ended up having to pry up on this and get into position, then tighten this bolt, and then that held it in place so I could screw this bolt in. Once I got that figured out, it was fairly simple. So I got this bracket in place. Now I got to figure out how to mount the pulley. I got the pulley up here, and that is really quite well aligned with everything. You can see that, so that's good there. So I'm just gonna put this in here, but so it looks like I need to put this, put this spacer in here, so that would space this bracket back correctly, because if I did it like this, it'd be at an angle. Need a spacer, so I'll just put this spacer in here. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Great. Hole's too small. I love great engineering. Get out the drill. It's in. Seems to be fairly well aligned. Only modification I do was This spacer had to be drilled out, and I needed a better washer. And then I did reuse this particular bolt. It was over here, but then I moved it over here to hold this tight. And I'm gonna slip the belt on now, and we'll see how the belt fits. I'll put y'all. All right, let's see if I can get this belt to go back on. Let me get it generally in place here. All right, so it has to go up here like that. Let's. All right, well, it's in there. We'll give it a start here and see what happens. Hello. Perhaps I should have moved the belt tensioner before attempting to start. Fail. Turn off the AC too. Alright, now, second verse, same as the first. Here we go. There you have it. Installed. Thanks for watching. Prologue or prologue or what I don't remember which one goes after the movie. I think it's epilogue. But anyway, one thing I wanted to mention is anytime I do some modifications is I always keep the parts. A lot of people want to immediately toss them in the garbage and then run with the new stuff, but you don't always know if that new stuff's gonna last. What if it, shreds the belt, or the pulley goes bad, or if it's a bad alignment, or throws a code or something, who knows? So I always keep everything for a little while, and then make sure that the change that you made works. And I do this with a lot of stuff. I'm kind of a pack rat. In fact, I'll even keep old gaskets when I take apart an engine or anything, because I've had it before where you toss the old gasket and then you get a new one and you go, does that look the same? I don't know. So it's good to be able to line up the new gasket with the old gasket. So don't immediately toss stuff. Hang on to it. Make sure it's right, and then you can toss it. Thanks for watching Get Her Done Garage.